Good morning, everybody. It's Andreas from Simplicity Farms. How are you doing today? I'm finally getting this weekly garden tour done, so I hope you enjoy it. We've been dealing with a lot of afternoon crazy storms, the lightning and thunder. We did deal with a little bit of hail, but the hail was small and it wasn't for long, but my garden survived. So I wanted to get with you guys and give you a garden tour. I did do a partial one and was trying to, I did all my editing. I lost a bunch of it, but we do have a lot of cloud cover on the way. Can't even see the mountains right now. All of the rain and the cooler temperatures, the garden is really just exploding this year. I'm really excited about what this summer and fall is going to bring to the farm. My flower garden is finally starting to come into its own. The barrage is flowering over here. Really excited about this area. So I know it will be bigger and better next year, but I'm just so in love, guys. This makes my heart so happy. So this year I've been experimenting with turning ground in our hard, just not very nutrient rich soil, because what I want to do is seeing where there was lacking, what I could do, and encourage planting in the ground here so I could teach others in my region or people in similar climates that it is possible. Don't give up hope. Yes, raised beds you can control right off the bat, but there's something to say about raising your soil health by doing it correctly, that will allow you to be more successful in many, many years to come. Then you don't always have to rely on the wood, the soil you fill it with, the compost. If you can start getting soil health to a point where it can actually grow something, then you can create as much compost as you need and mulch and everything like that. And everything in the soil will come to life and work for you. So I'm aware that I won't have probably any loofah gourds this year. I'm going to let these two little plants stay in here. They stayed with two leaves for a very long time, and now they are finally starting to come to life. We shall see. We'll see how pretty it is. I was told do not plant tomatoes in your ground without much work. But as you can see, we got tomatoes. Oops. We got tomatoes. The bushes are growing. I'm wrapping this string around the stem, and it's keeping it stabilized, and it will grow all the way up the middle of this. As you can see, the sugar pie pumpkins are now finally flowering. They're getting big. The corn is getting big. I didn't get that great of germination with all of my corn this year. Not exactly sure what happened, but hey, we will make anything work that needs to work. My pole beans are now climbing the trellis. I was pretty sure I planted this second row with watermelon, but these don't look like watermelon leaves to me. But when you come down here, I thought watermelon was over with, but I do have some plants coming up. We're going to see what they do. We're going to go ahead and see what the watermelon plants do. I did get a variety that was, I believe, 80 or 90 days. We definitely still have that in our season, so I'm willing to give it a shot. There's nothing else that I can put there right now, so if nothing else, I'll have a pretty plant. I can learn from it, and the infamous broccoli and cabbage bed. As you guys know, I pulled the big cabbage. But what I have also been doing, I've harvested a lot of side shoots from my broccoli. I only have a couple of those left. I've been pulling them and giving them to the pigs. I was pretty shocked when I seen this one. It's not going to do much, but obviously this was cauliflower in here too. So this amaranth is just, this might be one of the most amazing amaranth plants on my whole property right now. All of them are developing these completely different from one another. This cabbage bed will all get harvested soon. As you can see, we have cabbage all over the place. This is the premier kale that I keep cutting back, blanching, and saving in 1 cup measurements and freezing. My dino kale is doing absolutely wonderful. Look at the mammoth sunflower. It's officially taller than me. I'm excited. So this is the cucumbers. Well, one side of the cucumbers. Most of them have trained themselves up the cattle panel. We do have flowers. We do have little cucumbers. So here's some more of the red cabbage. I've taken off a lot of the outer leaves so these Anaheims could grow. There's a little tomato popping up next to the steak right there. But hey, people, this is the hot pepper bed. I know we all talked about how they were struggling, wind whipped, not growing. It's a lemon habanero right there. This bed is blowing up. I have Santa Fe Grande peppers. All over the place. I tried one last night for the first time. They have a very nice taste and somewhat spicy but not crazy. The basil is flowering. I'm letting it flower. So this year I am going to focus a lot on letting things flower, let them go to seed, and preserving those seeds. Because when I do that, then I am collecting a seed for something that I like to grow that has grown and matured in the environment that we live. The theory is you keep collecting seeds from your region that you're growing, they're going to do better in your region, exactly where you're growing them. So that is my focus this year. Not only to preserve, grow this garden, provide for the family, friends, and other people, but to keep my seed collection where it is, which is extravagant, but then labeling them for the plants that I've grown here that did well, so that got a fruit or their flower to the point where seed collection was possible. That's going to be very, very important for Simplicity Farm. Hands on the bush. We're doing okay over here with the hot peppers. Here's the other side of the cucumbers. Have not gotten as big yet, but I do believe they're a different variety. We're starting to get some flowers over here. So I'm expecting them soon to start climbing the cattle panel. Right now, I'm not even seeing tendrils. So we shall see what happens. A little tomato that is, I've left in, but it's trying to survive. We're going to see what happens with it. This has been amazing to me. This is just a couple of my zucchini plants. Heavily heavily producing. I already have taken probably about 20 pounds off, and as I'm looking, I see one that got away from me. So we will be harvesting that today. Doing their job, guys. So this is the sweet pepper bed. As you guys do see, I did mulch some. I'm gonna have to cut some zucchini leaves off. It's kind of smothering that one plant over there. These are not taking off as quickly as the hot peppers, but they are a lot thicker. I do see flowers. Well, there's a wasp. So there's activity over here, but as you can see, it's time to cut some zucchini back to let some of these breathe. It does, oh, what I see with you guys first, bell pepper. Got to do some weeding again down here, but here's some more barrage, bloomed, looking beautiful. I have 2 artichokes right here. Here's more barrage. This experiment alley now. How amazing is that? Bunch of zucchini. This is that striped zucchini. Oh, probably come out here and harvest that too. My spaghetti squash is producing, and it's trailing along. We haven't seen what this one is yet, but it's getting ready to flower. This is that same kind of amaranth, but over here, see those tendrils are not as crazy over here, but we're getting them. And we're experimenting, so that's what this is for. This is straight neck and crooked neck squash. That's about ready. The bush beans over here are doing amazing. So, I'm going to see what happens. The kohlrabi is still growing, but not real impressed with the ball size. The sorghum. But now, the jack-o'-lanterns. Now the jack-o'-lanterns are finally flowering. So I might be getting some. They might not look like much right now, but these are the tomatoes that I got discounted, the Romas. I did cut them back a lot. We mulched. They might look a little sickly to you guys right now because I've cut them all back, but the new growth is there. I really cut these back. This is kind of how I cut them back, but it is getting the new growth. This one's starting to get new growth. I'm still not 100% this one's going to make it. But the rest of them have new growth, guys. This one was pretty much sticks. Even my husband said, I don't know. That one looks like it's going to die. But just keep faith. The number one thing that I see with a lot of people in their gardens is if it doesn't look as lush as everybody else's, and you try to compare yours to everybody else, you end up having issues with what you're providing. Just give it some time. Nurture it. You all have a nurturing type of soul and spirit because you're gardening. There's heartbreak, there's success, there's happiness, there's all kinds of things that we experience in everyday life. guess what? You're going to experience every last one of those in a garden too. You are growing something. You are giving it life. Don't give up. Don't pull it yet. If it's not riddled with disease and it's just shocked or the weather got crazy or anything like that, don't give up. Just do what you think is right. There's no easy answer. And just do it. When you just do it, when those things come back, the way you feel is amazing. I also was at the feed store, and I can't help it. When they have a huge sale, like 75% off, perennial bushes or shrubs, some that get to like miniature dwarf tree size, can't help but get them. They're dead, almost. You can get them for a couple dollars, and then the clerks are looking at me like, they got crunchy leaves. I don't think they're going to make it. Are you sure you want these? Yeah, the stems aren't dead. The roots aren't dead. They just haven't been taken care of. They've been outside. You guys water once or twice a day. No nutrients. They're root bound. They just need a home. They just need love. These bushes, you might shake your head like, that might be a lost cause. But it's not to me. And if I lose them, I lose them. And what's a few dollars for trying? That is the part that I'm saying, just try. A watermelon plant that is actually doing fairly good over here in native soil. Some of those tomatoes that I put in native soil. Same with that one that were on sale. I've turned this around. The kids try to dig holes here for all my bushes. I said no. So a lot of that compost is mixed in, so it doesn't look like there's compost, but I know for a fact it's in there. So this and this area, I'm going to finish weeding this again, is going to be, I'm going to put a succession of beans in there. Bushes that I bought. Some lilacs. This is a burning bush. It looks like it's dead, but I do see new leaves coming in. This lilac that did die off, but there is green leaves coming in. This rose bush is doing pretty good. It looks like it's about to flower. Another lilac, not looking too hot, but we'll see. This one had a little burnt spot, but I got it for $1.99, so we shall see. Here's a little bush. It's called Gold Flame Spirea. It looks pretty okay. I've gotten new growth since I put it in the ground. But the sunflower in-ground garden is doing well. Hi, Giacomo. We know where the rows are, so I can walk in here now. So this is doing really well. This is what tumbleweed looks like before it dries up. It grows so fast, so I need to go ahead and pull it again. Got some okra that's popping up. It's learning how to climb and just getting fuller and fuller. My elderberry, this one is doing amazing. Thick stem, 2 of them. So happy with this. A couple people said, I don't think that's coming back when it all died off. Sometimes things need to die off and you need to nurse it back. This is all new growth though. One of the last times there was only like a couple leaves left on it. Not anymore. Like I said, just give it a try. This is the golden raspberry. Here's some more bushes that I bought that I need to put in the ground. This is that one of them burning bushes. The red raspberry. My other elderberry, not doing as well, but it's still growing. We'll see. Look at this. I wonder if you guys can see. It did not rain or anything. So it's the plant, it's almost like the plant is sweating. My Paris Island romaine, I'm going to cut back some of those leaves, but it is kind of shading it so it hasn't bolted. It's doing phenomenal. Is this a squatty little plant anymore? Nope, it's getting big. It's flowering. Some of the flowers didn't pollinate down below, so I popped them off. Then I've been popping these like this when I don't. My peas are still producing, but I want to pull them and get ready for more peas. This is that one tomato that wasn't doing well, came from the other group of tomatoes. It's coming back. We got, let's see, we got the midnight snacks, cherry tomatoes. Yep, see, they're hiding. Got more. This is loaded down with tomatoes right here. There's cherry tomatoes all through here. They're getting tall. The nasturtium keeps flowering here and there, but it's still growing. More of the cherries. These are green bells. This Roma tomato is loaded. All through there. All through there. We're going to be pickling some banana peppers soon. Look at that one. So, these bush beans have been doing good. We still have a lot of little ones. We'll harvest again soon. Got more cherry tomatoes poking through right there. But I need to do something with this side because these tomatoes are encroaching on my lemons. Oh, look. This is one of my lemon flowers, the first flowers. They're male flowers. But we know the pollinators will like them. Some of them are a little bit smaller. But hey, we're getting there. The bush beans. Got some more of those melons that just came in out of the blue. And I planted some red Malabar spinach over there that just sprouted. The strawberries are still running and doing good. I think this tomato that I've been talking about probably about 2 weeks now, based on what the leaves are doing, let me see, and this, I don't know if you can see purpling of the veins. I believe we might have curly top disease. Let's see. I want to pull it, but at the same time, I'm seeing now that it's getting some fruit set. So I kind of want to see, because I believe this might be my only Amish paste, unless the other one over here that I thought was a brandy wine is this, because they have oblong Romas. But right next to it, this tomato is doing absolutely amazing. I'm grabbing my stake today because it needs to be pulled up. These are those shishisto peppers. They're a sweet pepper. I pulled one the other day to eat, and I realized it probably needs to be on the vine just a little bit longer. It had a good taste though, but we are loaded down with them. I didn't think I had any of the cherry pears, but I was wrong. Some did survive. So we're gonna see. This is that black cherry, not doing good, but now we got whole growth at the top that we didn't have a little while ago. This is my black crim, kind of doing the same thing as over the other one. So I'm just kind of giving it a chance to do what it. That one that I was talking about that I kept telling everybody I thought was a Brandywine before it started producing. We got heavy, heavy fruits all along. We're doing good right here. This is the rhubarb. It's really came into its own. Do have some pest damage. This one was just growing and growing, but now I'm finally starting to see flower sets that appear to have pollinated. The tomatillos that were under attack that I had treated, I don't see any more beetles on them. We got new growth. It's green. It's flowering. Excited to see what happens there. This is another variety of banana pepper. I think it's the Lola banana pepper. This is my purple tomatillo that hasn't rebounded as quickly as the other one, but I'm being optimistic. I was trying to let this ripen a little bit more, but it's taking a lot of energy from this little plant, so I might go ahead and just pull it. More ochre through the middle. These are the potato plants are starting to die off, so we're gonna do a test dig here soon. This is that jalapeno that's shocked out. New growth, so I think it will be okay. These were some of my climbing beans that I was telling you guys about, haven't climbed. This one's starting to grow more leaves finally. A few of them died out. Go to the other side though. Obviously this is supposed to be a scarlet runner bean. Beautiful little flowers. I just wanted it to grow though and grow up the trellis. I was trying to trellis this little tomato and I popped the top off of it yesterday. I'm quite upset, but it's still growing, so we'll see. This was that first San Maranzo that shocked really bad, guys. But as you see, stem is still green. It might be broke off on the top, but we do have green leaves that are photosynthesizing. We have starting to get new leaf growth. We still have tomatoes on there, so we're gonna hang on to it. This that one pepper that my son thought was a jalapeno. I do believe by the look of this, it's a big Jim. We do have some flowers setting on here. We do have some of the Cherokee purple. We got something on that Siberian. The Tabasco's growing. The other some Maranzos that shocked. I've been gradually cutting them back. But as you see, we have all this new growth. Need to trim this back again now that we have some new growth. The artichoke is doing amazing. My chickens came and ate half of my eggplant here, so I got more fencing. But I do have another eggplant here. It does look like it got scratched or something. Let's see. I believe this is a green bell too. We've had a break in some weather, so now we're starting to get flowers again on tomatoes. This tarragon is taking off. I think I'm going to make some tarragon oil out of it. These jalapenos are doing well. We got jalapenos. This one I'm trying to save. The chickens partially broke the stem, but it's still trying to produce. We will see. these nasty things keep popping up. These will turn into goat heads, and they're super invasive and they hurt. But look, guys, thought at first this was grass, kept growing. I believe we're growing corn from the chicken scratch. There's a ton of goat heads in there. Not happy, but we do have these things growing, so just letting them go. They're getting, ooh, sorry. Looks like they're getting ready to flower. They all have flower buds, so we'll see what they are. This is definitely different from that than some wild. Look. Wild sunflowers. This one is covered in pollen. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's doing its job. Thank you for joining me in my garden. It's getting pretty hot out here. So I think I'm going to try to get inside and cool off, do some preserving today. I'm going to try to do a video on the zucchini bread. Thank you all for joining me on my garden tour. Really catch you guys up since I missed a whole week due to the wildfire that was out here. And we had been on an evacuation notice for a very short time. But we did have a fire close by. Air support came in almost immediately. The wildland fire crews are amazing. Our local fire department and all the ones around did an amazing job. We had a crazy storm come in that evening with lots and lots of rain, which helped. But last year we went through a crazy fire. We were evacuated. It burnt literally all around us. And all of us that live out here, we don't take that thing lightly anymore. And I have to take into account that I have a farm, I have kids, my husband, we have animals, we have all of that. So when it happens, it gets pretty scary because trailer size I can't get all of my animals out at one time. So you either have to evaluate your risk, get your family safe first, then come back in and evaluate what animals need to come out first. Or if you just don't have the time, if you're going to cut your fence or open the gate, mark your animal. Lots of people will write on the hooves of their horses or spray paint the side of them with their name or number or an identifying mark. Because when you're unable to get everybody out at one time, you have to do what's best. I would hate to leave my animals fenced up in a pasture that they can't get out of, and here comes a fire, and they can't use their natural instincts to get away from it. The last MRI I did, there was ripping all around my shoulders. The only thing that wasn't ripped was my rotator cuff. So I want to get a lot of this done and ready so that if it comes to me needing to get surgery, I still have my garden. But my kids have been absolutely phenomenal in helping around and being my arms. So thank you for joining me today. If you like this videos or any of the others, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Oh, I do have a question. If you're still here, I have one zucchini plant here at the end. It should be the same plant as I planted all along, but it's producing very skinny, long zucchinis. If you know anything about this, please leave me a comment below and let me know. I've never seen it. It almost looks like long English cucumbers. So thank you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sticking with me. And until next time, see you later.